Hey everyone, it's the Crafty Missy here. Today I'm going to show you a baby quilt, and you can see it here. I made this from the cotton flannel fabrics that you see in my fabric haul video, so check that out if you haven't seen that yet. And I used 5 different prints, and it's this kind of rag quilt on one side and then a regular quilt on the other side. And I want to start out by saying that this was not my idea and this was not my pattern, so I do not take credit for this. Instead, I'm going to put a video link on the bottom bar, and from that video I got this idea. And on that video they also show you how you can make your own rag quilt. So check that video out if you want to make a cute little quilt for yourself, for your baby or someone else. So anyway, I'm going to tell you how I made this quilt, and then I'm also going to put in some pictures of the making at the end of this video. So the way I did this was I had 5 different prints of cotton flannel. The prints that I had was this cute little white one that has blue dots. This this is also white. It looks more like cream colored here on camera, but it's actually white. White one that has cute little ornaments on it, like a box and a little bottle, a little heart, a little rosette, things like that. The baby's a girl, so that's why I dared to pick this print. Then there's this lavender colored one that has little blue flowers, this white one that has little pink flowers, and this pink gingham. So those were my 5 different prints. Now I don't have a cutting board, I don't have a measuring board, so I don't have any of those fancy lovely equipment that I would love to have. So what I did in order to get similar sizes of all of the all of the fabrics, was I cut a piece of cardboard, or actually this is scrapbooking cardstock, and I cut this piece out. I measured this very carefully, and then I placed this on the fabrics and I cut around it very carefully. So that way I got squares that were uniform in size. The size that you need for this quilt is 8 inches by 8 inches, or if you're using the metric system, then that's 20 centimeters by 20 centimeters. And this was really useful. I just pinned it to the fabrics from all 4 corners. I think you need to pin it from all 4 corners if you do this, because I tried to pin it in only 2 and the fabric shifted and this shifted, so just in every corner. So I placed this on the fabric and I cut out 10 pieces or 10 squares from each 5 fabrics. So I ended up with 50 squares of fabric. Then I put the similar prints, 2 of them always together, so that the wrong sides were together, so that I had a right side on both sides. So that way I ended up with 5 squares of each 5 prints. That was 25 squares. Then I just laid them out on my floor, and I made out a pattern that I liked. Then I sewed them together in rows. So I would take, like this, I would take 5 different squares and sew them together here to form rows of 5, and I sewed all 5 rows before I did anything else. Then I took 2 rows and I combined them from here to each other and sewed them together, and then again I attached another row to that, and so forth until I had 5 rows. When I was finished, I sewed the edge with a decorative stitch. Let me see if I can. Yeah, so I sewed the edge with a decorative stitch with a pink cute little thread. And after that, what I did was I snipped these. These are the seams on the other side, because on the other side there's no seam, like you can see. So I snipped these with scissors, like every ½ inch or so. And then I also did the edges, as you can see. Then I put this in the washing machine, and well, this is how it turned out. And I also did a little bit of ironing. I need to do a little bit more ironing before I give this away. And then I fluffed these to make them like, you know, I don't have a dryer. A dryer would be great for this. It would come out so nice and fluffy from a dryer, but I don't have one. So I just fluffed this out, and I took any lint that was there, I just took it away with one of those, I don't know what you call them, but it's like a brush that's a tape. I don't know if you call that a tape brush or whatever, but it has a sticky surface, so I just put that over everywhere and took off all the lint. And yeah, I'm really happy with this quilt. It's not perfect. This was my first quilt, so all the seams do not line up completely and totally, but I'm really, really happy with this one. I think this is really cute, and I think the instructions were really great on that video that I saw. So I definitely suggest that you go and make a little rack quilt for a baby or whoever by yourself. And by the way, you could also make this, you could make any size of this, because the instructions give you room to do that. They just tell you how you put the quilt together and how you start it. So you can do a huge quilt if you want to. It doesn't have to be a baby quilt or a small quilt. So anyway, I do hope you enjoyed watching this video. Check out the photos that I'm inserting here about the process of making this quilt. And I hope you enjoyed watching this. Bye!